Hello everyone and welcome back to Disco Elysium episode... Oh wait, way went off. Okay, good. I got scared there. Anyway, welcome back to Disco Elysium episode 20. If I'm speaking more quietly than I usually am, it's because I'm in a new apartment. It's almost 11 in the evening and I don't know how well my voice is heard in the other apartments. But I don't think my voice, I'm just being paranoid because, you know, it's a new apartment. But anyway, in the last episode we found the fridge and we cut the body into the fridge. We also found a secret door in this place. And at the moment we are going to go ask the bookstore keeper for knowledge of what it is on how to get into the secret door. Anyway, we have a thought, so let's check it out. Poor animals, no rest for their bodies after death. Yeah, true. I don't know about taxidermy. Taxidermy to me is like, it's kind of gross and weird. But at the same time, like, I think it can be like educational. Or can it? Well, I guess it can. I don't really know. I don't. Maybe let's not talk about this subject anymore longer because I don't like it. Anyway, here we are at the bookstore and let's go to this woman here. Hello, how are you?
You broke down the back door.
The
boards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but we kinda had to do it. Our investigation is more important than this curse. Hopefully, I don't know. We don't know if it's, you know, real. Anyway, I don't know what I was thinking barging in like that. Well, sometimes it's necessary to resort to extreme measures.
I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape.
Well, I've looked around. I can tell you what I saw.
Okay, I'm willing to listen. We are set on the path. There's little else to do.
She shrugs, apparently dejected.
But before we go on, did you encounter the Malignant Entity?
Her eyes narrow as she whispers the name. The Entity? No, I don't think so. Of course, the Entity. Close your eyes. I didn't see her, but I sensed her presence. I honestly kind of didn't sense anything, but I guess it was a little creepy down there. I sensed a presence.
You did? It has to be true.
Sure.
I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney?
You mean the chimney that's part of the central furnace? I heard voices coming from there. Chimneys aren't big enough for anyone to live there. Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell. Of course, it all makes sense now. Let's say the first one.
Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. God knows what she's doing there.
I see.
Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the Entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
But we couldn't get there.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it or something. Make some noise. You'll think of something. You always do.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery too.
It's a good thing that Kim is aboard because honestly otherwise it would be kind of annoying if he was just constantly complaining about it. But finally he's excited about something we do, except, you know, the prime investigation. Anyway, I completely forgot. I was investigating our ledger. I forgot what that word was. But yeah,
cabbage of papers hanging from the board.
Let's browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
There was a mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you?
Sure.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
We can lie. Why can we lie about this? I don't see any reason to lie to Kim. No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles. Maybe it's because he's gonna be like critical of it. He's like, oh, that's not professional. But I don't wanna lie.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. It was a real person. His death
That's a
was
good
real.
one.
Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Huh. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you. Yeah, true. We have the what was it? Was it a monkey? Monkey pen? I don't know what we got. No, it was an apple. Apple pen? No, I don't know. What was it? I don't know. Anyway, commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen.
Green
in a
ape.
brash freehand similar
I don't
to
know
the
why I
rest
think
of
about
the
apple.
The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager.
Cross out the ones you've already
A
finished.
satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
Oh, so satisfying.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
So, the hanged man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the setting sun, and shit on a stick. Actually, I don't have one. I like the first one, the hanged man. It's kind of simple though, but these other ones are just, I don't know, the setting sun. What does that mean? Maybe it's just artistic or something? Let's go with the Hanged Man. I know it's kind of boring, but it makes sense.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking
Aw.
too. The Hanged Man.
Great
Good,
minds
strong
think
name.
alike.
We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Cool. I'm done inspecting
You
these.
don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Okay, so we have a can I read the case files now? And +1 Kim explained the system, +1 finished autopsy. But it's still a low chance. Let's browse these other ones also. So, browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
What types of forms are these?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
So, misconduct fine?
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Station call?
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Ooh, field autopsy?
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
Okay, enough of these.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this
Oh.
pathetic mess.
I got
You
+1
feel
health.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Okay, well, let's look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color was? Why? Dark blue?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Huh? What? I don't remember. What's the blue heart? Oh my god, Inland Empire has so many like weird things it says, like I don't remember them all. I have no idea. What is the blue heart? Maybe that was mentioned. It probably was. Anyway, shake the ledger.
Something
For some
rattles
reason.
inside,
Oh.
ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Ooh, peek
The
inside.
plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Okay, so we have an interfacing. Open the hidden compartment in the clipboard. -1 lonesome long way home. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay, smell the ledger.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Okay, let's try this. It's a white check. So we can try it again. Let's try this. If it
It's
works.
proving
Nope.
to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
That was different. It's possible, yes, easy, no. You need to come up with a small archaeological system to reorder the remains of your past works. At the moment, all they do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates and a numeric titular system is all you have. Okay, well. And I'm not gonna try this one. Anyway, let's go now back into the basement and try to scream into the furnace, because that just sounds like a lot of fun. Alright, let's scream into the furnace. Also, I completely realized again, I have like 4 points I can use. This is insane. I need to start using them. I'm just like so scared to use them, you know? I don't know
A
why.
thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Okay, so we have a physical instrument. Yell hello into the furnace. Why do we have +1 kicked furnace? Anyway, let's yellow. I just said yellow. Let's scream hello into the air.
Something breaks loose in you.
Ooh.
A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
Then, hello. You hear a woman's voice answer.
You've awakened the entity.
Oh my god. This is the police. Who's there? I summoned the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
Ooh.
After you, officer.
Okay. We can still smear our hands with coal. I don't know. Maybe that's for something else, probably. But, okay. So that opened. Let's go in there. Alright, so that's open now. Ooh. Okay. Hello. You are a total new person. I was trying to think that if I remember like what the voice was, but no. This tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Oh, she must be the one who makes the game. The candy dispenser have been purposed to contain thousands of dice. Hello. Let me light your face with a flashlight. Okay, so you are a novelty dice maker, Niha. A bird-like woman. Bird-like? How is she a bird-like woman? Okay, anyway. Sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade.
Oh no, Inland Empire. Hold on, what do you mean by miliels?
Yes, a Melia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have confused me with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks,
not
her
exactly.
bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice. Maybe I'm not really sure why I'm here, honestly. No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
Okay. How did she become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dyes out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Aw, thank you.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Okay, I'd like to order a dye from you. I don't know why. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about a dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard.
Ooh.
You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by daily ruckus? And you never took your eyes off the work, you look out the window? What do you mean by daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Well, that's a shame. And you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dyes for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Well, thank you for your
She
answer.
nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Oh, that's true,
Freaky.
actually. The lieutenant looks around the spacious room, its ceiling fading into the shadows above. I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Wait, how do you explain what happened to all those companies then?
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
That makes sense. Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep her company going. The curse is just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fail, even her. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's why I'm here to investigate. Let's say the first one.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
Yes, but it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. No, the whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off and customer have trouble paying bills.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at the messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there, scattered from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Oh, you too? Half-Light? Half-Light and Inland Empire are like teaming up here. Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant energy. It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. Curse will cancel. Let's say
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
Oh no, don't ask us
The
that.
jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it still might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously. I'm starting to see that there's no curse, only business decisions and national market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place. This is so funny, believing that this is actually a curse. Like, this is funny. I'm gonna go with this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously.
So I'm the grand dragon in the cave. Might I ask what supports this claim?
I yelled to summon the ghost of the doomed commercial area and you were the one who answered? There is something ghostly about you, ethereal even. Squint your eyes suspiciously. I love squinting my eyes.
Ethereal? Thank you, but I think it's just the lighting.
No, it's the troubled color of her energetic vibrations.
No, I mean it. Your energetic vibrants are off. I sense tragedies in your past, darling. Are we now a psychic or something? You know what? Let's let this line of questioning go.
If you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, then let me know.
She turns back to her work.
Plaisance needs to hear about this. Perhaps if you combine your psychic energies, you'll make sense of the situation.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Rats scuttle in the dark rooms, under the
Oh,
abandoned blow dryers and dusty mannequins. Cobwebs cover rotors and radio computers alike. So much failure.
We can ask about all of these? Well, let's ask about the bear. There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar?
Oh boy, the fabled Revershow ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a
The
story.
place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
What about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
She leans back, disapproving.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I know a girl just like that. She works in Fritta as a cashier, and now she's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revershow ICT. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishaw Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
It's the marketing doing its job. I'm sure the bear was doing its best. That's true.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't.
Wait!
Doing his best, I mean.
I completely missed this. What? It's a real bear? That part, they probably mentioned that, but that part, I've missed that. I thought it was just like a plastic bear, but it's real. It's a stuffed, you know? I don't know what. Ew, that's gross. Now I get why people are being like weirded out by that. Now I get why it didn't work out. Oh my god. Ew. I don't know how I missed that part. Okay, how come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Scary, but cool.
Megatherian?
Megatherian. A mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Oh.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you.
Oh, come on,
through a
electrochemist.
land
Of
where
course
streets
you're
are
saying this.
paved with drugs. The horrific necktie tightens around your neck.
Oh no.
Strangely
necktie?
excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
I don't do drugs. I do drugs. I got a vision beast myself. I don't have common drugs. Grab your necktie and mumble. Not now, you beast. Well, Kim is gonna be like, if we say this. But maybe you should say, I don't do drugs.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the morning light, her eyes hollow and it idly.
Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? Good.
Let's ask you some other questions in the next episode. So, yes, thank you so much for watching this episode. We found the Malignant Entity, who is not very malignant after all. But she might still be supernatural. We have no idea. Anyway, we're gonna continue on talking to her in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, and join me in the next episode. Goodbye.